Hello, and welcome back to our ill-fated Age of Wonders Story Realm adventure. I had a suggestion from Luster Veritith 1399 to just use the console command and cheat a victory for this so that I can get on to the next mission. And honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. So this episode going to be pretty short, probably. I'm going to finish this mission. Apparently, I will see the final story event, which is really all I had left to do anyway on the previous mission before my save was broken by the DLC release. And then I guess we'll make the leader on camera as well, just to kind of show that process, and also to check out some of the new Dragon Dawn options, even though I'm probably not going to be using any of them on my next leader, because I already have a concept for my leader in mind. One thing I did want to comment, though, looking through the patch notes for the DLC patch, was that you can now remove city ruins, which, given how close Pinnacle and Rivercourt are here, if I wanted this Tranquility Pool in my capital, I would be able to do that, which is a really nice change. So I'm happy to see that you can actually permanently remove these cities and, well, yep, yeah, and then, move on with things that way. Alright, so let's try this out and see if this is as easy as it was said to be. Oh wow, it even tells you what the cheats do? Oh wow, this is... okay, wow. Triggers instant score victory. Oh, hey, easiest achievement of my life. Okay. I was pretty close to beating the mission on hard anyway, I think. Surely they were going to be running out of troops eventually, right? Anyway, the bounty of the Crimson Caldera. The fields of the Crimson Caldera have been drenched with the blood of your adversaries. Yes. You have demonstrated valor and skill as a general in the field of battle and broken the curse of never-ending war in this realm. Whether the princes of Abadoth will tolerate your foothold on their demonic world remains to be seen. For now, there is peaceful silence. While contemplating that the Gilder Coil was not to be found with either of the present Gaudir, you are approached by a suspiciously familiar figure, Fricka Dionysus. Okay. Also, one thing that I'm a little bit sad about, because we're doing this cheat victory, I assume that all the Pantheon experience that I would have earned on this particular... Well, I guess it's on my account, but this character would have helped me get towards. That's going to be gone, but that's just cosmetics for the most part, from what I can tell. But it does mean I'll be behind on Pantheon progression, which is unfortunate. Many have come and died in this arena of my personal disport. They all sought power and found ironic death, except you. Fricka makes a gesture as if putting down a mask, briefly revealing a horned infernal visage. I have many names. Atingwe. I'm going to try to pronounce that, I guess. Liztia. Frumplex. Zitur. Gontro. People get creative when it comes to the demonic prince of deceit. You have earned the bounty of the Crimson Caldera, Elavinia the Enforcer. The Gilder Coil gave me what I desired, and I have no regrets about signing over the item of Eternal Archon Wrath to your name. Turn 1. Well, I guess we'll show the journey. Okay. I would have liked to have seen that.
Thus,
but...
by the hands of the Shaddai, the wicked scheme of Fricka Dionysus had been revealed, and the Gilder Coil was recovered. The Crimson Caldera had met its champion, and even the princes of Abadoth dared not interfere.
Alright, and I'm wondering if these other characters that I met will also join my Pantheon now. That would be nice, just to have them. No XP was rewarded because a cheat was used. Yeah. Well. We had a lot of stuff going, too. Pantheon leaders. Okay, so... I'm going to set all of these to ruler, because I don't particularly want them showing up in my game. Interesting that that one leader didn't show up. These 4 did. Like, if they show up in the game, I want them showing up as a ruler. I don't want them showing up as a random hero. So that's why we're going to do that.
Choose your destination.
Alright, so that gives us access to the Eternal Court. Join the Covenant once more to investigate the haunted forests of Aldweald, origin world of the elves. Confront the mad wizard king who has cast the realm to the shadows of undeath and free the trapped souls within. Rampant undeath. Okay. Curse of undeath. Inhabitants of this realm are cursed with a restless death. Marauder and Free City units gain Curse of Undeath. When it dies, it's resurrected at 20% of its maximum HP after one turn. Okay. And low population. And that's just, I guess I could have read it from here. Yep, same
Your
thing.
journey starts here.
Alright. So one thing I was curious about... Yeah, Mashara the Radiant is here. Yeah, okay, so that Tigran leader that was the final one in the mission, I guess, just isn't a leader that you can do here. But, oh yeah, and also, yeah, Dragon Lords are a thing. Tempest is in the game again. He was definitely missing from the main cast, but we're gonna create a new faction.
Your people's form?
And I guess it shows here Dragon Dawn is just an arrow? Really? That's the icon they went with? Okay. So Lizard Folk is new. I won't be playing these, but I will be making Lizard Men eventually. I did like Lizard Men in Age of Wonders 1 quite a bit. But let's just check out the new things that we have available here. Melee attackers have a chance of being poisoned. Melee attackers 30% chance of becoming poisoned. Is that enemies that attack them, or their melee attackers have a chance of inflicting on a hit? I assume it says enemies attacking them based on the wording, which isn't what I would have expected. Interesting. Cold-blooded. Okay, that kind of makes sense. And that's the only new option, okay? I want to do dwarves. Okay, Poisonous doesn't have the icon. Interesting. So, okay, so if you want the Lizard Folk form, you need the DLC, but if you want to use the starting traits that come with it, you don't need the DLC for that. Okay, it's good to know. We'll probably be going with the default tough and defensive tactics. I guess I could actually take a little bit of a look in this. Resistant also kind of makes sense for dwarves. Resilience makes sense for dwarves. Strong makes sense. There's a lot of things that make sense here. Bulwark. I think we'll go tough. We'll just leave it on default. And defensive tactics. Yep, having sort of the camaraderie. Underground adaptation also makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I did see, I guess not yet, but it is on the roadmap. They're going to be improving underground and then also water, which are two areas, especially water, I felt was lacking. So it's good to see that they will be working on those with future updates.
What is their origin culture?
Origin, industrious. This is something I haven't tried at all. So for doing classic dwarf faction, it makes sense to do this, I think. Okay, +2 production per point. Bolstering. Okay, so your units get tougher the more they get hit. Sure.
What defines their society?
So mana addicts is something I've unlocked because of the pantheon, so I did miss out on potential unlocks there. Nothing here looks new. Alright, no, Artifact Hoarders was new from the patch notes. Well, we'll be looking at basically grabbing 2 of those. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, I do remember seeing this. So, what is this? Pursue and covet magical artifacts. I think this was specifically designed to integrate well with the Dragon Lords, because dragons don't get gear. So having a horde of items still gives you a benefit when playing as a dragon. Tier 2 or 3 hero item after clearing a wonder or infestation. Okay, and extra mana via the artifact horde. Hero items in the arsenal grant mana income. And start with 2 random hero items. Yeah, okay, so that's, you know, an interesting take on that. I did have a lot of extra stuff. Does that mean that every horse I collect will be worth 1 extra mana per turn? I think that's what that means. I'm probably not taking that, although it does amuse me. Quarries are extra gold. Province improvements are faster. Start with a workshop and stone walls. Okay, well, starting with a workshop's pretty nice. That's probably the first thing I'll build anyway. Runesmiths. I do want to play as a Wizard King, because I haven't tried that yet. So if I'm doing a Dwarf Wizard King, it makes sense, I think, to go with Runesmith as the thing. Unit enchantment research costs 30% less knowledge and to unlock, and 30% less upkeep. Okay, racial shield units and polearm units are stronger as well, and start with an extra shield or polearm. Yeah, that's absolutely. We're starting with this. Wonder Architects. It's probably Great Builder or Architect, although Hoarders does amuse me. I'm still considering it. Inspired by unique constructions and the ancient wonders of old. Ancient wonders do not require population in order to be annexed. Cities gain 20% production per annexed ancient wonder, and you start with an ancient wonder cleared. Does that mean one that would have been on the map anyway starts cleared, or that you get a new one? I wonder. Because I know it's not the same studio, but it is the same publisher. In the Warlock franchise, if you took one of these starting bonuses that would give you an extra, like, Elven Village or something, it was just added onto the map after the fact, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think Wonder Architects, because I'm curious to see how this Ancient Wonder stuff is going to play out. So we'll do that. I think that makes sense for a Dwarf Wizard King.
Choose your first tome of magic.
Okay, now I did hear that there is a new tome. Okay, Evolution. Is that the only new tome that was added? Yeah, still 2 each, and then Tome of Evolution. So your standard tomes are going to be 2 of 1 affinity, but this one is 1 of 2 different affinities. And this was all about Evolve, I think. Yeah, units with Evolve cost less upkeep and get significant boosts. Okay. Strengthened and healed, and double effect if the unit has Evolve. Skirmish unit that evolves. Wyvern unit that evolves. I assume this thing flies. Draconic Vitality. Plus 3 hit points per unit rank, so leveling up your units. He's strengthened by this. And I guess Draconic Vitality, this is minor race transformation. No, so the Draconian transformation, right, this is how they're adding the Draconians back into the game. Is going to be the other tome that I read about, which is going to be tier 3, I think it was. Rapid Evolution Enhancement, and evolving units have Resurgence and level up faster. Okay, so that's pretty cool. If you want to do that kind of a strategy. Definitely my Goblin Druid that I tried building as my first champion probably would have taken this over something else. Well, eventually. I mean, Roots kind of made sense still for that build. But we're probably going to do Enchantment, because I think thematically this makes the most sense with what we're doing. The Copper Golems are interesting. They are also an evolved unit, which is kind of funny. But not doing that. But we're just looking for more buffs, basically. More increases. We do get bonuses to Quarry, extra gold on Quarry, which this will help with that as well, encouraging us to get a lot of quarries. And Rock. I'll probably also take Rock. Interesting. So Earthkin makes us rock camouflage. Interesting. Yeah. And this is another quarry. Central quarry, which has a production bonus for each adjacent quarry. Yeah, I think these make sense. We'll start with enchantment. Just because I'm a wizard, if I was doing a champion, I'd probably go rock first.
What is your ruler's origin?
And Dragon Lord is... So this is the new thing. Gain extra gold with Dragon Horde, so this is also stacking with the items... The item idea. I'm just going to read this because I haven't seen this before in-game. Right, so with the Artifact Hoarders being the mana version of this, the Dragon Lord just gets extra money for having artifacts, which makes sense. They cost 30 upkeep and cannot equip most items, yep. And access to powerful hero skills and transformations. Okay, interesting. So the dragon can get stronger over time, but also you start with a dragon unit as your main leader, so that's going to be pretty fun. I'm definitely looking forward to trying that. Still haven't done Wizard King though, because every time I've done a champion so far. So let's do this. Cities have 10% more mana, 5% casting. Sorry, 5 more casting points, not 5%. That would be. Actually, that'd be less good until you had 100. So that would actually probably not be as good as this for the vast majority of the game. And the early game is what matters. Okay, and then we have Overchannel in combat, which I think I saw on some of the other heroes that I had, but I never used it.
Reveal yourself.
All right. So this is just going to be. I'm not actually. Will I be starting? I'm trying to decide if I want to have the introduction of the map on its own thing. Probably. So I'm just going to make this and save the leader, but I'm not actually going to start the playthrough of this map today. So that's all the rest of the video is going to be then. It's just me doing race and leader customization stuff. Okay, so we probably... I'm looking for a shield. Is this sort of shield-like? We could go with the mug. Go with a hammer. Kind of makes sense. Don't know why I started looking in the middle. That seems questionable. Yeah, I'm surprised that there's not just a plain shield icon in here. That seems like an obvious one. Maybe I'm just missing it. But anyway, I guess we'll go with the hammer. Alright, colors. Well, dwarves were traditionally pink in this game. At least in the first game. Could we invert this? Does it change the colors if we... Yeah, it does. Okay. So let's do that. Kind of get that Age of Wonders 1 dwarf color scheme going. Something like that. Could start with the Great Axe because we've unlocked that. Spirit Staff, really? I don't know if I've had a caster type. Maybe we'll start with the orb. Alright, physical form. Right, so I don't have to match my race. I'm going to match my race, but I don't have to. What's going on in there? Okay, his body's falling apart, I guess. Let's maybe not do that. Yeah, the long arms look kind of silly. I think. Oh, Word Dwarf will be short. Skin color. Oh yeah, let's just go with that one. Decoration. Don't really care about any of these. Also, I probably should get rid of his hood if I'm going to be looking at that, but... so yeah, let's just helmet. Let's just get rid of this first. so decoration. An awful lot of face paint options. Maybe we'll go with that one. Sure. Okay, pose. Does this even matter? I don't know. Go with this. Alright, head. I'll go with this one. Eye color. Can zoom in a little bit. Go with the orange, I guess. Hairstyle. Yeah, I think we'll go with the tied-up look. I think that works. Beard style. Amazing how much of a difference that makes, huh? Yeah, I think nice and orderly. We'll go with that. Hair color top. Still have my complaint about this particular room being really dark, which makes it hard to see the lighting on your character. Like this scene. Hair color top. I mean... we can go gray. That'll be fine. Okay, outfit. Yeah, maybe something like that. Kind of matches the decoration on his head. Although skin decoration, actually. Yeah, okay. This is full body decoration. Interesting. Helmet, I don't know if I really want one, actually. Okay, maybe... I mean, that's simple, but like, what's the point of it? We could go with a simple crown. Could go with a mana halo. What is that? Oh, like laurel wreath? Actually, yeah, I think maybe we'll do this. Alright, cape. Yeah, he's got like a one-sided armor thing going on. I quite like that. I don't think I need to see the rest of them. Armor color. Oh, this is not going to affect his cape color. Well, it does affect the rings in his beard, though. Yeah. Good. It's like too bright. I don't know, I like the green-gray. Alright. And that's it for our leader. And then for our race, I'm basically just going to copy most of the things that I did for physical form. So physique, we went all the way up. Sorry, what's the next thing? Arm and leg. Skin color, we just went with the first option. Armor color. We're going with that greenish gray color. That's kind of what our armor looks like, okay. Hair color. So they don't have to be all old, right? It's not an entire race of old people. Wait. That's the light gray, isn't it? Why is it so dark? This is not representative at all of what these look like. What a terrible color palette. Well, for whatever reason, I like my dwarves being gingers, so we'll go with this one. When they were young, that's what they looked like. When they're old, then they'll end up looking like this. Okay. Mount type, I've got the boar by default. We'll be sticking with that. Do we even have any mounted units at all? It's like just our scout, right? I mean, I guess we could unlock them later. I guess pony kind of makes sense too, actually. Boar is the traditional mount of the dwarves, though, in this franchise, so that's what we'll go with. Alright.
Your journey begins.
Earth Shaper. Yeah, we can go with that. Okay, first name. I didn't actually think of this. This is always one of the harder things. Earthshaper B Pitchway, huh? Oh, you can hear somebody just got up upstairs, so I guess that'll be it for now. I'll figure out the name for next time. I will see you then.